Hello everyone, welcome to FBNC News. This is Trinh Lê.
I'm Hải Nguyễn and these are our headlines for today, 25th of March.
Vietnam Real Estate Association proposes to extend tax payment period for real estate businesses. More than 1,000 hectares of rice in Long An rescued.
Vietnam to focus strongly on developing renewables.
Now we've just had another heavy night last night at 11 more new cases of COVID-19 were recorded, bringing the total number of infected patients in Vietnam to 134. 21 in 63 provinces and cities so far have patients with COVID-19. In particular, Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City recorded with most cases.
Out of 117 patients being treated, including 85 Vietnamese and 32 foreigners, 3 are in very serious conditions and being actively monitored at the National Hospital of Tropical Diseases. 26 patients have been tested negative for the first time and 7 patients have been tested negative for the second time.
From March 23rd, Vietnam Customs has stopped issuing clearance for rice shipment to ensure food security as the COVID-19 pandemic intensifies. This directive was made by the Prime Minister following recommendation from the Ministry of Industry and Trade MOIT. However, today the MOIT suddenly proposed for rice export activities to resume back to normal, citing businesses' complaints concerning the immediacy of the suspension. After receiving feedbacks from a number of businesses, the Ministry of Industry and Trade said it would reassess the actual output of the winter-spring rice crop, the amount of rice to be exported inside contracts, and the actual amount in inventories before suggesting a solution. Therefore, the ministry proposed that the customs clearance for rice export continues to be carried out as normal. Earlier on March 23rd at the Government Standing Committee on Food Security, the MOIT proposed a temporary stop on exporting rice until the end of May 2020. This recommendation was agreed by the Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc at that time.
The World Health Organization has launched 2 e-learning courses related to the management of COVID-19 in Vietnamese language. These free courses give readers access to updated information, scientific documents, and solid evidence about the disease. The first course is 10 hours long, focusing on clinical management of patients with severe acute respiratory infection, SARI. This course is particularly useful for clinical treatment teams working in intensive care units, treating adults and children with severe pneumonia, acute respiratory distress syndrome, sepsis, and septic shock. The second course, which lasts 3 hours, provides knowledge of the methods of detecting, preventing, responding, and controlling emerging respiratory viruses, including SARS-CoV-2 virus. This course is for public health professionals, incident managers, and experts working in the development sector. It will be open to the public until late March. Both courses are accessible via OpenWHO or via online medical learning platform IBSA e-learning for health of Hải Phòng University of Medicine and Pharmacy. As part of the COVID-19 combat, besides prevention and control measures, the chairman of Danang City People's Committee has called on respective departments and subsidiaries to provide mental support to people in quarantine through the mini mobile bookshelf program.
The committee directs the Department of Culture and Sports and respective bodies to research and organize a mini mobile bookshelf, collecting Vietnamese and foreign language books and bringing them to the quarantine zones as a way to provide mental support to Vietnamese citizens and foreigners being quarantined. The committee requests that hygiene and disinfection during the implementation of this mini program must be ensured in accordance with the regulations. In addition, the city is also considering setting up a number of sports equipment for those in quarantine to help them stay healthy, provided that the equipment must not encourage or require gathering in groups.
Drought and salinity intrusion have been happening in Long An, and in order to minimize the damage, the People's Committee of Long An Province has directed districts to coordinate with farmers to organize the construction of temporary dam at irrigation canals. This irrigational system is connecting with the main rivers and pumps water into the rice fields. A local water plant has also been mobilized to discharge about 500,000 cubic meters of water to save rice and fruit farms. Nhị Thành water plant in Long An province pumps about 1,000 cubic meters of water per hour from Rạch Chanh canal system to save rice fields in south of Thủ Thừa and Tân Trụ districts. In addition, Long An Irrigation Project Management Center cooperates with Long An Water Infrastructure Investment Company to regularly check the salinity levels and monitor the water quality. It is expected that the Nhị Thành water plant will continue to discharge more than 300,000 cubic meters of raw water taken from Rạch Chanh Canal into the rice fields until the end of March 2020 to reduce damage caused by drought and salinity.
If this water is not available, these rice fields will definitely die of drought. Without this water, I won't even have a straw to feed the cow, let alone rice. Combined with DNP Water Supply Company to discharge raw water pumped from the Chanh Canal system, it can help providing farmers with fresh water source to save the rice growing area. Thereby, the estimated area of rice rescued are nearly 1,000 hectares.
In the winter-spring rice crop of 2019 and 2020, Long An sold over 226,000 hectares of rice. According to agricultural statistics, drought and salinity are causing thousands of hectares of winter-spring rice and more than 11,000 hectares of vegetables and fruits lack of water for cereals production. Tân Trụ and the south of Thủ Thừa district are the two localities where the rice area is seriously affected by the lack of fresh water.
The Vietnam Real Estate Association has submitted a proposal to the Prime Minister, Ministry of Finance and General Department of Taxation to extend the tax payment period in order to support real estate businesses to cope with the challenges caused by the virus pandemic.
The Ministry of Finance has drafted a decree on extending the land rentals and tax payment deadlines for businesses affected by COVID-19. In response to that, VNREA has proposed to supplement the list of real estate businesses that are considered for tax payment extension. Secondly, VNREA also proposed to include corporate and personal income taxes to be considered for extension. Regarding the extension time limit, VNREA suggested that it should be in 1 year instead of 5 months because the impact of COVID-19 pandemic might be longer than expected. According to VNREA, the disease is causing a sharp decline in revenue and profits of real estate businesses because all of the marketing and sales events have been cancelled. The tourism real estate segment, condotel and leasing have also been severely affected. The Ministry of Health warns that there is no specific treatment or vaccine available for COVID-19. Therefore, everyone please stop sharing rumors about hydroxychloroquine, an antimalarial drug in treating COVID-19. Because in addition to being quite damaging to human health, if not taken correctly, it was not conclusively proven to be effective in treating COVID-19. When there was information about chloroquine phosphate can prevent COVID-19, the price of this drug increased dramatically from 500 to 8,000 Vietnam dong per tablet.
Hiện nay chúng ta chưa có thuốc điều trị đặc hiệu.
There is currently no specific treatment and no vaccine available for COVID-19. Recently, but my hospital had just received a patient poisoned after self-medicating with this drug. Luckily, the patient was treated promptly and her health has now been stable.
With primary energy sources fully exploited, renewables are now the top priority in Vietnam. Resolution number 55 of the Political Bureau on the orientation of the national energy development strategy of Vietnam has set the goal of increasing the proportion of renewable energy sources in the future, setting foundation for developing renewables, balancing power structure, and boosting the country's active mobilization of energy sources. In Gia Lai province, there are 3 solar power projects and 1 wind power project which have been approved and added to the province's electricity development plan by the Ministry of Industry and Trade. 10 solar power projects and 56 wind power projects have also been submitted for additional approval in order to avoid overloading and failing to connect to a grid, as it happened in some central provinces. Resolution number 55 also covers and solves the capacity release issue for renewable energy projects.
Determining the boundary between state-owned areas and areas that can be assigned to the private sector will help solve the capacity release issue. That is a breakthrough in resolution number 55. The private sector to invest in the national power grid was not encouraged before. It was solely EVNs. But now there are no more monopoly or group benefits. Even specific instructions such as manufacturers to produce and supply in the area they are located are no longer encouraged.
Taking into account the opinions of the businesses, investors and localities, the Ministry of Industry and Trade will propose plans to remove obstacles for businesses and localities to strive for the goal that renewables to be accounted for 15 to 20% by 2030 and 25 to 30% by 2045 out of all energy sources.
In 2021 and the following years, we will continue to experience supply-demand tensions. We need to bring this resolution into effect straight away to solve the electricity supply-demand balance issue in the coming years. The Ministry of Industry and Trade will work out long-term plans and strategies, but there are urgent tasks that need to be dealt with immediately.
The policy of encouraging the development of wind and solar powers with fixed special prices has recently proved that when investors are offered good prices, they will increase their investment greatly in these areas. A stable environment helps reassure investors and stamp certain changes that cause investors unable to keep up.
We expect the government to have clear regulations so that we can have long-term plans for resources. Also, the government to determine the vision regarding offshore, onshore wind powers, solar power, and other power sources.
In attracting private capital, it's necessary to have a clearly structured mechanism, visionary policies showing the government's long-term commitments. With the specific figures that Resolution number 55 has set out for renewable energy, investors are certainly expecting new opportunities for them to embrace and contribute to ensuring national energy security. So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye.